Former ACOG President Dr. James Breeden is here now talking about financial planning for physicians. And this is truly such an important topic, and I think it sneaks up on people. They think, I don't need it now, I don't need to think about it till later. But the truth is, this is something that you need to think about at a very early age.
Very early. The earlier you start, the earlier you get compounding to work. And that's one of the miracles of the world is compound interest. You can save, to get $1 million when you're 25, you can save $351 a month and you'll end up with $1 million at a reasonable return. If you wait till you're 55, you got to start saving a couple thousand a month to get to that same thing. So starting early is very important to save and to use tax advantaged ways of saving. Roth IRAs, HSA accounts, which give you tax advantages, taking advantage of a 401k if you have one available that has matching, because you can't do better. If somebody's going to match you dollar for dollar up to a certain percent, that's 100% return already, and then you work above that. Young people need to be very careful about having good risk management, and by that I mean they need disability insurance, and if they have any children or married, they need some kind of life insurance. Normally you need term life insurance, not whole life insurance. You should buy term and invest the rest. And one of the key things that physicians tend to have problems with is that we're too trusting. Because we say that if I tell you that I'm a board certified obstetrician gynecologist and you're another obstetrician gynecologist, you know that there's certain things I can do. I can do a cesarean section without a problem. The problem is that there are about 1 million accountants, about 500,000 stockbrokers, and another 500,000 insurance salesmen who all say they're financial planners. They have no certification, and they're really selling you stocks or they're selling you insurance because that's how they make their money. So you need to get advice from a professional. There are only about 75,000 certified financial planners, and that's a 2-year training program, and you have to pass a 10-hour test and have 3 years of experience. Chartered financial consultants is another good term, but make sure you're getting advice from someone who is really having your best interest at heart. This is such a problem that the Department of Labor has been trying to pass a law, and it looks like they're finally going to do it, requiring people who are advising you on your retirement planning to have a fiduciary responsibility. That's the professional responsibility that all physicians have, that if you come to me and I tell you you need surgery, I'm telling you that because that's the very best thing for you. It's not because I have a child I need to send to college or I want to go to Hawaii next week. Right now, the law is that you only have to have a suitable investment. It doesn't have to be the best investment for you. It has to be a suitable investment for you in your age bracket, which allows them to sell you pretty much anything.
So how do you find that person? How do you know that the person you're going to? Because I think the physicians have so much else going on between their practice and their patients, and they don't have the time to invest in their investment portfolio. So how do you make sure that the person you choose is the right one?
Well, certainly getting recommendations from other people who are using the person, looking at their credentials, seeing if they're a certified financial planner, seeing if they're a chartered financial consultant, having a meeting with them and seeing what kind of investments they're going to recommend, what they're recommending to you. By far the easiest investment, depending on your time frame, that's a key thing, is when do you want the money for? If you want the money for retirement and you're 25 years from retirement, you're talking a long-term investment, and stocks are great. If you're talking about sending a child to college in 4 years or putting a down payment on a house in 4 years, stocks is a horrible investment because they're volatile. They go up and down too much. So if you have a long time frame, stocks are great. If you have a shorter time frame, you need to be looking at a different investment. And so those are the kind of things you should be able to tell when you're talking to an investment advisor.
What do you think is the biggest mistake that people make in terms of their financial investment?
Biggest mistake is not taking advantage of tax. That most physicians are in a higher tax bracket. And you're talking of 33 to 40 to almost 45% of your money going to taxes. And that's federal. If you start adding in property taxes and state income taxes, it's easily up to 50%. It's the highest thing. And there are some very good legal ways, for instance, saving for college is a 529 plan, which is has a good thing. I already mentioned HSAs, which are available to everybody, 401k plans. Roth IRAs are an excellent way of investing because they give you big tax advantages. So you take advantage of those things. And then the other mistake that people make is thinking that you can outsmart the stock market. You can pick stocks. You can time the market. No one can time the market. Nobody has timed the market. If everybody could time the market or knew what stocks, we wouldn't have this last crash, would we? I mean, they got hurt. The people picking stocks were all wrong on that. They got hurt because nobody knows. And so you buy and you hold, and the biggest thing that impacts your return is you can just be in the U.S. stock market, an index fund with the U.S. stock market, but you just buy it and hold it and make it sure it's low cost. And you can get 0.1% on some of the index funds from some of the big companies.
Some sound advice. Thank you so much, because we all need it.
You are
Breeden,
most
we
welcome.
appreciate it.
Have a good day.